All right, Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Ahad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord, Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Harachakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Shalom. All right, and this lesson is going to be entitled, The Prophets of the Lord Will Be Known in the Day of Adversity. The prophets of the Lord will be known in the day of adversity. And that day of adversity is upon us, man. And as the scriptures speak of, it's the book of Proverbs chapter 24, verse 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. And that day of adversity, all right, Jacob's trouble is upon us, man. We're seeing the birth pains, all right, that are upon the planet Earth right now via plagues, pestilence, famines, all right, earthquakes in diverse places. We see these things happening on the planet Earth, ultimately as scourges for amendment. Okay, and in that day of adversity, we know ultimately the prophets of the Lord, the elect of the house of Israel, they're going to be made known, man. They're going to wax stronger, as it is written. The house of David waxed stronger in that day, man. Okay, so that's likened unto the elect of the house of Israel growing stronger in faith, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, compassion, charity, all right, towards your neighbor, towards your brother, as if they were Yahushua, man. So we're leveling up in these last seconds of time, all right, via these prophecies. So this is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 30. It says, Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, the word that comes forth from the Lord, all right, through wisdom and knowledge and understanding, all right, which is the testimony of Yahushua being the spirit of prophecy by the mouth of the prophets, man. That's how the Lord speaks. What does he speak in the mouths of the prophets? Prophecy, all right, to say before, okay? Let me get it real quick. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord had not done it? Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets, you see? And as is written in the book of Genesis, in that cool of the day, all right, when ultimately it's about to go down, the prophets are ultimately out on the highways and byways to warn the people, man, to pronounce judgments. So when the prophets are on the scene, all right, they prophesy ultimately the downfall of kingdoms, man. All right. Do thee come in peace? This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old. So the prophets that were before Jeremiah, all right, and also the prophets before us today, all right, because we are our forefathers, the prophets of old, prophesied both against many countries as we do today, all right. It's not America a great country, Russia, China, all right, North Korea. We prophesied the judgment that the Lord is going to ultimately place on these different nations, many countries, and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence, you see? So that's ultimately the shoes that we fulfill today in a lot of the prophets. We prophesy against great kingdoms of war, evil, and of pestilence, that the Lord is ultimately going to, as it's written on the second Esdras, smite Egypt with plagues as before, man. This is spiritual Egypt, the spiritual house of bondage, man, here in America, where hardcore slavery took place, okay? So in the day of adversity, the Lord's prophets will be known, man, all right? We have piped onto them. Let me get that really quick. They have not danced, man. So we're going to get into that in Ezekiel 33 as well. This is Matthew 11 and 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. You see? So we've gone out and we've fished, all right? And when you cast that net back in, when you pull that net back in, you have different fishes, all right? But we only are for the house of Israel, the lost sheep, those clean fish, man, with that true doctrine, all right, that are coming in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, that are coming in the spirit of our ancient forefathers that prophesied against many kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence, man, and that Yahushua will return and deliver his hopeful elect, all right? But what do? They're still talking against us. They you get it real quick. They hate the upright, man, in conversation. This is Amos 5:10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. Right? They abhor us, all right, and they rebuke us, all right, according to their minds, right? Because we rebuke the world, all right? We rebuke these different kingdoms. We rebuke our people, all right? We speak of upright conversation, and as is written, I believe it's in Wisdom of Solomon, it goes into that we are clean contrary to this society, man. That's the prophets. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:12. It says, therefore let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. Right? We're not for the turns of America and these other nations, man, trying to take their turn on us in slavery, man. All right, we're not for their ways, that we're not for their system. All right, so we ultimately rebuke, all right, in the gates, man, of the nobles. Okay, and ultimately, based upon that testimony, it's going to be known who the Lord's men are in that day of adversity, man, of Jacob's trouble. It says, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education. That's right, man. The transgressings of their education, man, of this society, their wine, man, their dogmas, their beliefs, the system. We're clear contrary to, all right, the beast in its image. We're clear contrary to the charagma. We're clear contrary to the ways of Babylon the Great, man. This is back in Ezekiel chapter 33. Verse 30 again, also thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And the Most High ultimately says, speak what? Speak into the ears of the people the words of prophecy. This is 2 Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. You see, the Lord puts these words in our mouth, all right? Because the prophets are the mouthpiece of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Amos 3:7. He revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets, all right, who do the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, who say before what's going to happen in the society, all right, these different events that are taking place around the world. The prophets are speaking on them, man, from the apostles on down to the least of us, all right? It says, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, because the Lord puts the spirit on us, all right, to say the things that we say according to this book, all right, according to the spirit. Like the scriptures go into many administrations, but the same Lord. So we have different tasks. Different brothers are in different lots and have different tasks, but we call upon the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So it says, verse 31, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart, meaning their mind, goeth after their covetousness. Right? So their mouth, they show much love, lip service, man. All right, a zeal, but not according to knowledge, but in their actions, in their mind, all right, they don't worship Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. They don't carry the morals and values that come with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this truth. They don't hold it fast to them. All right, they don't hold fast the heritage, the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So they're likened unto heathen. All right, they go after their own covenants. And the scriptures tell you that the heart is desperately wicked. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So the mind is desperately wicked if you lean onto your own understanding. That's why we're supposed to have the mind of prophecy, the mind of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that testimony. All right, we're supposed to speak on these things. We're supposed to have sound doctrine. All right. Revelation 14 goes into who's in their mouths were found no guile. That's the 144,000. All right, no guile, no deceit, no craftiness. All right, coming in that sound doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And you see us being raised up across the four corners, Lord willing, of that great number, man. All right. Verse 2, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song. And it also speaks about that new song in Revelation 14, which is the old song in Exodus, the 15th chapter. All right, that we triumphed over Egypt. All right. Pharaoh and his riders were thrown into the sea, just like Pharaoh. All right. These different nations. OK. All right. And their nuclear power, they're going to be thrown into that sea of nuclear fire, man. So we're going to sing that song that we've triumphed over our enemies, over our oppressors. And that's what we're trying to relay to our people, man. Like, hey, here's the lyrics. All right. Come back into the remembrance. All right. Of the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, or you're going to be brought back into the remembrance by nuclear fire. The Lord is going to make you remember how powerful he is. All right. Just like the Lord is going to make the society remember who he's dealing with and who he loves and who he truly, all right, has bestowed power and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding through, man, which are accomplished by the mouth of the prophets. So it says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that had a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. Right, man. James, believe it's in James, it goes into don't be only a hearer of the word and not a doer, because you're deceiving yourself. So you have to be a hearer and you have to be a doer. You have to apply this word. You have to make it a part of you. All right, because the closer you get to making that word a part of you on this side, you're just preparing yourself for the loss to be in our inward parts in those celestial heavenly bodies, man. All right, you're just preparing yourself with this testimony. All right, in the flesh, to be deemed worthy enough to have that heavenly angelic body like Yahushua. So it says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. So when these things come to pass, these prophecies across the four corners of the earth, all right, that the prophets have been prophesying on across the four corners, where the Lord has raised them up according to Ezekiel, the 11th chapter, that little sanctuary, then you're going to know that the prophet had been among you wherever the Lord has scattered us, man. All right. So the Lord's prophets will be known in the day of adversity. It's Jacob's trouble, man, which is upon us. Lord willing, this message has been edifying. I'm going to say Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh Ahad. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim. Until next time.